crossing it. So it's about long distance love. And we kind of both had like struggled with it a little bit, and it was so easy to write because we just both really agreed with these feelings. But love flew away with no room to land, and it made no mistake. With no legs to stand on, you grew its wings right in place. We said goodbye one last time as love flew away. Looked in my eyes, we only blinked when we started to cry, both barely dry when we finally realized that we should break the stare and try not to care as love flew away. Maybe I'll find you in some other life. We won't be heartbroken half of the time. The ocean between us won't be so grand. Tired after one more one-night stand, but we really couldn't stay, so we watched love fly away. Holding your hand still feels electric. I'd kiss you, but I can't. We're all out of breath, so we whisper among us for the last time today as love flew away. We said goodbye as love flew away. And I got to play cello on it, which was really cool. But yeah, this is Love Flew Away, my new song with Adam Melcher. It's an original that I wrote with Adam. Yeah, it's really such an honor to sing with him, and he's truly like the nicest person ever. Like one of the very, very best people I've met in LA. And this is a strange town with lots of interesting characters, so it really means a lot to meet people like Adam. When is the song out? It's out now! Yeah, go listen to the recorded version because there's like cello on it and piano. So I played piano and cello. Which was fun. Ugh. Can you play Dear Soulmate? I do want to play Dear Soulmate, but I don't have a capo right now. It's a good question. I cannot give this information up. I wrote a new song. Oh, Let You Play My Heart Again? Oh, that's a good one to do right now. Should I change the color? Oh, that's too blue for me. Ooh. Turn it back to this. Also, I want to thank you guys. Yesterday was my biggest, like, third biggest streaming day on Spotify ever. And I don't know why. So thank you for that. So this is the last song that I released with the Philharmonia Orchestra, and it's called Let You Break My Heart Again, and it's with an orchestra. It's with a full symphony orchestra, so listen to the recording. Oh, also, I think that we should I'm like shaking. I went to the gym with Lily today. We worked out real hard, but just know there's a candle right in front of me. So I'm trying to get the color right here. Hello from Paris. It's like midnight here actually. No, it's not even midnight yet. You're literally the most ethereal and talented person. Thank you. Your guys' comments are all so nice. Anyways. What was it like recording with the Philharmonia Orchestra? Insane. I'm still not quite over it. I don't think I ever will be, but guys, Adam's literally like performing the first show of his tour right now. Anyways, this is Let You Break My Heart Again. It's a song I wrote in January about liking someone but not really being sure about where they stand. And you know, when you really like someone, you kind of just like let them treat you however. That's what the song's about. Feeling kind of sick tonight. All I've had is coffee and leftover pie. It's no wonder why. Ooh, still you take up all my mind. I don't even think that you care like I do. I should stop. Heaven knows I tried. One day I will stop falling in love with you. Someday someone will like me like I like you. Until then I'll drink my coffee, eat my pie, pretend that we are more than friends. Then of course I'll let you break my heart I'm just trying to understand what I am to you, more than songs we've exchanged, midnight calls, sunset views. Promise I don't mean to cry, but I get overwhelmed and confused. If only you knew what I felt like. One day I will stop falling in love with you. Someday someone will like me like I like you. Until then I'll drink my coffee, eat my pie, pretend that we are more than friends. Then of course I'll let you break my heart again. Someday, one day, I will stop falling in love with you. Until I do, I'll be thinking of you. Let you break my heart again. So that's Let You Break My Heart Again. If you guys want to listen to that, it's the single that I last released with the Philharmonia Orchestra. So you can go, it's with a full orchestra. It really, really grand. So if you're interested in that, definitely go check it out. With the Philharmonia Orchestra, which is such an honor to have been able to perform with them, and such an amazing orchestra. I really urge you to listen to the other recordings that they have. I'm still in shock that I got to do a song with them, and I want to play with more orchestras, and I know I have some stuff planned, but I just think playing with a symphony and with an orchestra it's a really timeless concept, and it's a really, really beautiful thing that works with a lot of different genres. But yeah, there's so many orchestras that I want to play with. I really want to play with the New York Philharmonic. The goal, of course, is to play with the LA Phil. See what's going on here. Let's sing another. Falling Behind. Alright, I wrote this song because it's my little bossa nova. It's about falling behind because everyone else around me is falling in love. Alright. Moved out to a new city, June is dawning down on me, and all that I can find, a sickly romance in the air, lovers stroll without a care inside. This can't be right, 'cause the sun's engaged to the sky and my best friend's found a new guy. I'm only getting older, I've never had a shoulder to cry on, someone to call mine. Everybody's falling in love and I'm falling behind. Touched the ocean, fell right in, stepped outside and burned my skin. My life won't go my way. Bossa Nova in my room, hope that I'll find someone to love, because the sun's engaged to the sky and my best friend's found a new guy. I'm only getting older, I've never had a shoulder to cry on, someone to call mine. Everybody's falling in love and I'm falling behind. Everybody's falling in love, everybody's falling in love. Everybody's falling in love. So that's an unreleased one. I know you guys have been asking for that one. I'm figuring out the production for it, but I promise I will get it out there because I really like this song. Definitely my most bossa nova like song, but when release, I don't know. Should I do Dear Soulmate? Oh, I thought this was a... Oh, hey, Justin. Thank you. Okay, wait, I'm gonna grab a capo. Alright, this next one is probably actually my favorite song that I've written. I really care about it. Oh my god. It's called Dear Soulmate, and it's... A lot of you have heard it already. I think it's probably the one that I get requested to release the most. But I actually still haven't recorded it, so... But I hope you stay around for this one. It's not sad, but it's like... Sorry, my guitar's kind of out of tune. Got my candle here. Alright. So, this is a love letter to my future soulmate, wherever they are. Do you live in New York City? Or a couple towns away? Wherever you are, I'd jump in my car just to see you today. Will I meet you at a party? Sit next to you on a plane. Maybe I already know you and loathe you, but we'll fall in love someday. Are they brown like mine? Do you have a sister too? Dear soulmate, one day I'll give this song to you. My guitar's so out of tune. Will we climb up to the mountains? Camp in a little tent? Will you make bears come at night? Will you put up a fight? Or will you hide with me and my flashlight? Do you sleep on the right side? 'Cause I prefer the left. Will you make me buttered toast? Perhaps a morning roast when I wake up and I'm sad. Dear soulmate, do you think of me? 'Cause I do. Are they brown like mine? Do you have a sister too? Dear soulmate, one day I'll give this song to you. I can't wait to fall in love with you. I don't know. I just wrote it because I was just thinking, wouldn't it be cool if I wrote a song for my soulmate at this age? And then whoever it is, or I like to think that I have at least one out there, I'll be able to give it to them and be like, I wrote this song for you, but I didn't know who you were. Or maybe I did, like in the lyrics. So. Are you a major 7 or dominant 7, girl? Major 7. I'm such a... I love major 7. That one was Dear Soulmate. It's an unreleased one of mine, so... Shh, it's our secret. Don't tell my manager that I'm singing it on live streams. Oh, thank you, Justin. Sing Best Friend. Alright. Here's one that is released. For all of you. And it's called Best Friend. It's come to my attention that I don't show enough of what I think. It's only when I drink I open up. But I promise that I love you, even with that hairdo. I'm sorry I made fun of it. It's not your fault, it looks like shit. I've never tolerated someone for so long. I've never laughed so much. I haven't written a sad song There's no one else I'd rather fall asleep with and dream with. You're my best friend in the world. Ba 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 ba, yeah, ba 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 ya da ba 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 ya ba 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 ya bum ba dum bum ba da I love scatting. This is what I do to avoid writing more lyrics. When we're 98 and 99, tumbling down the stairs, you'll barely catch me in time. We'll argue about what to watch on TV. Finally pick a movie, then we'll fall asleep. We'll still be a little bit strange. Some things never change. I'm sorry, I have to screenshot this. This is hilarious. Lily, are you watching? Oh my god, I just spilled all over my tea. This is crazy. I'm going back to the song. It's funny 'cause you drive me half insane. A universe without you would be thoroughly mundane. There's no one else I'd rather fall in love with, and that is my best friend in the world. You're my best friend in the world. I didn't mean to spill my tea like that. What guitar is that? This is an Eastman E10S, something like that. It's my favorite guitar ever. Have you ever heard of Sarah Kinsley? I have. I'm obsessed with her. And I love her so much that I asked her to open up for my New York show. So if you're coming to the New York show, she's going to be opening. And I'm so honored because she's an incredible musician. And honestly, I should be opening up for her. But oh my god, what am I doing here? I also love somebody said, are you and Lily dating? And I thought that was really funny, but no, we're not dating. We're just best friends. Funny because I just did that song. But, we're best friends and roommates. We live in a house together. What was your music journey like? That is a good question. I started playing classical music only. My mother's a classical musician and my grandparents are also classical musicians. So I grew up playing classical piano. It was my first instrument when I was 4. And then started playing classical cello when I was 8. And that's all I did. And I was on a very aggressive pre-professional classical route up until college when I decided to go to Berkeley, and I started singing around then, and I just loved jazz so much because jazz felt like this middle ground between classical and pop music, and so yeah, that's where the obsession started. How do you find your motivation to write lyrics? Usually I write about things that happen to me or things that I'm feeling, which is why I have an incredible amount of songs about being a hopeless romantic or like wishing I had found love or whatever, which is like sad but also makes good songwriting material, so it's fine. It's not that sad. I'd rather be writing that than breakup songs. Somebody wanted to hear Gershwin. Which Gershwin is my question. I love Gershwin. Gershwin's my favorite composer. James. Alright, I'll do it. So this is a song I wrote after a particularly strange date. This is my diss track. If your name is James, I'm so sorry. Just don't take it personally. It was on my EP, so it's out everywhere now. You can go listen to it on Spotify. I spent months gazing at him, sitting across the hall. His his dark hair, his glasses, perfect overall. He looked so serious. He was mysterious. One Tuesday he caught me sneaking in a stare. He shot me a smile and nearly tumbled out my chair. He said, "Who are you? My name is James." That's when I fell into the flames. Turns out he's a fool, that James. Oh, James. Oh, how I wasted my days. Oh, dreaming, dreaming of James. He said, "Do you like museums? They're open late tonight. How about we go together, just you and I? And maybe we can grab a drink or two. How about we can learn about you?" James just thought it was alright to go ahead and talk about himself all night. Then he really felt he had to say that he'd be a millionaire one day. Turns out he's a fool, that James. Oh, James. Oh, how I wasted my days. Oh, dreaming, dreaming of James. My eyes rolled to the back of my head. It seemed like the night would never end. At one point I just stopped listening. His voice just became too sickening. So that's my one diss track. I'm like in a mellow mood now, so songs like that are being very funny, but where are you from? I'm from Iceland, but I live in LA. It's my best friend James's birthday today. You just said 2 of my EP tracks in one sentence. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday, James. I wrote a song for you. Kidding. I wrote a new song last night, and I kind of want to sing it. But the problem is I have the lyrics on my phone, and I'm live streaming on my phone. I don't remember if I can. I'll try my very best. It's probably gonna be a little messy, but damn it, it's happening again. My heart, I hate this feeling. My heart's beating out of my old chest. Stars on the ceiling, I don't know how to pace myself. I don't know how to act, foolishly hoping that he maybe like me back. What was the next part? I remember the last verse was like, the worst part is losing all control. Body and soul. You guys like it? I'll admit I don't know how to Okay, I'm trying to figure out the B section. I think it was like, I'll admit I'm no good at handling a little crush. It consumes me. I definitely overthink too much. I hate it and love it, but do it all the same. Life is strange in this little video game. The worst part is losing all control. My heart is spinning around, taking over body and soul. Foolishly wishing that you may be like me too. Okay, I'll try to remember the lyrics. I love like writing a new song when it's like still super raw, just like jumping on a live stream and talking to you guys and like seeing kind of like it helps me actually a lot like shape it. What's your zodiac sign? What do you guys think my zodiac sign is? I'm a Taurus. Of course I'm a Taurus. Look at me with my little candle, my tea, and my mood lighting. In my bed, of course I'm a Taurus. I'm a true Taurus. Oh my god, it's an unreleased. Yeah, I literally wrote it last night. But I need to shape it a little bit more. But I'm a Taurus too. Hey, all these Tauruses. What will you say to someone who's willing to study piano? Do it. I think. I want to say hi to you. Who are your major influences? Who do you listen to most times? I love Gershwin. Chet Baker is my favorite. And then I'm really inspired by a lot of like romantic classical composers. I just think the harmonies are really beautiful in them. Oh, and Ella Fitzgerald, of course. I'm gonna sing this song, Let You Break My Heart Again. If you guys haven't listened to it yet, it's out everywhere now on Spotify and YouTube and all that. And listen to the real recording because it's with the Philharmonia Orchestra and it's a very different experience. But I wrote this in January. Feeling kind of sick tonight. All I've had is coffee and leftover pie. It's no wonder why. Ooh, still you take up all my mind. I don't even think that you care like I do. I should stop, heaven knows I've tried. One day I will stop falling in love with you. Someday someone will like me like I like you. Until then I'll drink my coffee, eat my pie, pretend that we are more than friends. Then of course I'll let you break my heart again. Someday, one day, when I'm no longer in love with you, until I do, I'll be thinking of you. Let you break my heart again. Definitely go check that out if you haven't. Yeah. Good stuff. I'm gonna end it soon, but I'll sing one last song before I go. So this is... Also send me some questions towards the end, so... Let's see. Will you come to Paris someday? Absolutely. I love Paris so much. I can't wait to go. I'm like in Europe. That's like, well, I want to go to Germany. I've never been to Germany. That's one thing. I really want to play Copenhagen, Stockholm, Paris. Really want to play Paris, and somewhere in Italy too. I want to play everywhere. All right. It's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. It isn't your sweet conversation that brings this sensation. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. All right, I'm gonna go now. I read my books. I'm currently reading this Murakami. It's absolutely on music. It's Conversations with Seiji Ozawa, who is the chief conductor of the Boston Symphony Orchestra. So it's just like really, really in depth. Honestly, if you guys don't know classical music, I don't recommend it because it's so specific, but I enjoy it. How do you pronounce Laufey? It's pronounced Laufey. Otherwise, I am reading this book. It's Sally Rooney, Beautiful World, Where Are You? I'm not gonna lie, guys, I hate this book. I don't like it at all. I honestly am hanging on by a thread. I am at this point, I just want to finish it because I have a hard time not. I have too many unfinished books. I was like, I can't not finish this one. But I don't like this book at all. I'm so sorry. I enjoyed Normal People more. I kind of read it because everyone else was reading it. I want to read like a book that had just come out and everyone's talking about, you know. I gotta be honest. I don't enjoy it. It's not my cup of tea. So I'm starting this one of Scott Fitzgerald, Jazz Age, Tender as the Night Happens on the Riviera. So hopefully that one's better. But oh my god, hi Lily. Yeah. Not me being downstairs and not hearing a peep. I know, our house is insane. The sound blocking is crazy. I haven't talked about Secret History. Somebody asked my favorite book. So I'm obsessed with Donna Tartt, this author. I think the way she writes is just so beautiful. And I think also the way she thinks is very much how I think. So the way that she writes is really pleasing to me as a reader. Her stories are really, really good. And the stories are compelling and the writing is beautiful, which is like a really good combination. And so I really recommend Secret History and The Goldfinch. I just finished The Goldfinch. And I want to read The Little Friend, which is her third book, but really love that. What else? I read Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens is good. I recommend that one. And then, so I'm looking over at I just finished Just Kids by Patti Smith, which was really cool. I actually knew nothing about Patti Smith before reading it. And now I know a lot more, and her life has been really crazy. Writers and Lovers by Lily King is very good. I love that as well. Do you prefer plot-based over character-based books? I think so, yeah, a little bit. Unless I'm like obsessed with a character. But like, for example, this one's definitely character based, and I'm bored out of my mind. What else have I read this year? I read another Murakami. I read Kafka on the Shore. It was weird, but it was okay. It was better than that one. Do you speak any Chinese? 对，我会讲中文。那我好长时间没讲了，因为我好长时间没回中国。我自己在洛杉矶，我不跟我的妈妈的时候，没有人讲中文。That was my Chinese. It's really broken right now, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. I know my little Chinese, I sound like a 5-year-old when I talk. But yeah, I'm gonna start like posting like little stories of like the books that I'm reading or whatever. My Lily and I still have not installed Wi-Fi in this house, which has resulted in me like reading a lot, which is great. And I've been reading a lot more and learning how to read again, because I don't really do that. But you speak English so well. Thank you. What's your favorite color? Hi, Natasha. Your song is so beautiful. Did I just call you Lilia? Maybe accidentally. How much does Icelandic differ from Norwegian? Quite a bit, actually. Ykkur Íslendingar að horfa? Veit það ekki, kannski ekki. Klukkan er kannski frekar snemma þar. Okay, here's the problem, guys. I am always thinking in like 2 to 3 different languages, so I get a little bit confused sometimes. And my roommate / best friend here is called Lily, and all my friends at home in Iceland are called Lilia, which is like the Icelandic version of Lily. So I just got confused and I wasn't thinking, so I called her Lilia. Your mother tongue is Icelandic. My mother tongue is Chinese, actually. Tusen tack. But funny stuff. Okay, lots of questions now. This is a good question. My name is pronounced Laufey. It's in, if you're ever wondering how to pronounce my name, it's in my bio. So. How important is music theory to a singer-songwriter in your opinion? That is a fantastic question. I don't think it's important at all. I think what's important is having a good ear and listening to a lot of music that inspires you. Because I think in the end we write similar to what we enjoy and what we admire, of course. You know, we listen to what we want to write. So I listen to a ton of jazz, and I end up writing kind of like jazzy stuff, and jazz is a perfect example because jazz is quite theory based actually, but I don't think with a theory mind at all when I'm writing. I literally just play what I'm like hearing or thinking or want to play. So listen to what you want to listen to the songs that are similar to what you want to write, and that's how you'll end up. I think that's more important than theory. And I've studied a lot of music. I'm just not that good at it, but if you ask me to analyze something, I can. I won't enjoy it, And it will take me like hours, but I can. But I don't think that's really... Some people are really good at it and it's really essential, but I don't know. My mom's like one of the best classical musicians I know, and she is trash at theory too. So, when did you decide to study music in college? Really, really late. Literally not until I got to college. I didn't want to go to music college. I kind of rejected the idea of being a musician for a really long time. I think I was very scared of it being almost too indulgent. I was like, life can't be that good, you know? Life can't be, how could I be so lucky? How could I have such a good life to be a musician, you know? It was just too good to be true. And I think I was such a realist for a while. So, yeah, I applied for economics programs and had pretty much accepted my offer there. And then Berkeley came along and gave me an offer that I really couldn't turn down. And my mom actually was like, you better go to music school. Like, this is your calling. Like, I'm going to make you go. And thank God she made me go, because otherwise I wouldn't be the musician that I am today. So, what's your Chinese name? Lin Bing, but Bing Bing is what everyone calls me. Are you not a realist anymore? No, I'm no longer a realist. A little bit. There's always a part of me, but I'm much more of a dreamer than I was before, for sure. And that's when I really started kind of, how do I say this? If there's any advice that you can take away from this live stream, I've always been very practical, followed all the rules, classical musician, you know, growing up, and always wanted to be really safe. Never wanted to take too many risks, because I like being comfortable. But I did not start seeing success in music until I let go of that a little bit, until I let myself dream a little bit and let myself fly a little bit. So, if any of you are on the fence or struggling with the same thing, just know I've been there. I've been there, and sometimes you have to let yourself dream a little bit, because you can always go back and study economics. You can always go back and do something different, but yeah, and I think especially with things like music or art or whatnot, if we're so lucky to have a passion, we're so lucky to have a calling. Not everyone's like that, you know? I have a lot of friends around me who don't know what they want to do or don't know what they love to do. Like, even if you ask them what their dream job is, they can't really answer, which is all good and fine, but some of us are really blessed to have a direct answer, like music. And I was so scared to jump on that, but I'm actually so lucky to have that passion, and I'm so lucky and so happy that I finally dared to dream a little bit, because it was only then that I started to start this, you know? Do you think it's mostly talent or hard work that makes a musician successful? I think it's a blend, you know? I think you can't. Talent means absolutely nothing if you don't get creative with it, if you don't use it, if you don't if you don't work hard, put work into it, then the talent's just sitting around in you. It doesn't really do anything. So, oh, hi Dodie. I'm so happy, guys. I met Dodie for the first time yesterday, and she is like the nicest person ever, and I want her to adopt me. She's, if you guys haven't listened to her music, I'm sure you have, but if some of you jazz heads or classical heads there haven't like fully listened to Dodie's music, you really should. She is an incredible musical brain. Oh my god, sign the papers. Let's see. Give me some more questions. I love answering these questions. Fave movies lately. Guys, I always end up watching the same movies. It's really bad, but I also, like I said, I don't have Wi-Fi right now, so I'm literally watching the same downloaded movies again and again and again. Which is just When Harry Met Sally, Notting Hill, You Got Mail. How did you get to know Adam Melcher? He came to me in a dream. No, I'm kidding. Instagram, I guess. I mean, I heard his song on Spotify, and then it was The Archer, I think. It was last year. And then he had just dropped his EP with Buzzer Beater on it. And I just became obsessed. Like in the beginning of quarantine. Like I hadn't started releasing music or following or anything. Like I truly was just like a college student. And I remember walking around and I was like not in a really good place in my life. I was like a little bit depressed. And I just like would just listen to it again and again and again. And then I still remember when he followed me on Instagram. I like lost my mind. But yeah, and then I got to meet him in person when I got to LA, and it was like the craziest full circle moment. Read any good books lately? Yes, a ton. I'm gonna do a post about it. I'll do a post about it. But The Goldfinch, Donna Tartt, Secret History. Will you be at Adam's show on Saturday? I cannot answer that question. Be cool though. If you could have Frank Sinatra sing on one of your songs, what would it be? Like the movies? That'd be cool. Ooh. Who would you want to open for on tour? Like a dream artist to open for? This is a really, really good question. Kind of all over the place, but Bruno Major, Ash, who else? I had something and it completely slipped my mind. Norah Jones. Like Billie Eilish. I feel like that would be fun. Just to have one big one out there. But do you like Friends? I love Friends. The Rachel and Monica are my style icons. Do you write music or lyrics first? Kind of everything. Here. Do you think overambition is a bad thing for an artist, like pursuing a lot of interests at the same time? No, I don't think so at all. I think overambition or just a lot of ambition is imperative as a musician, because it's actually like a really crazy thing to do. Like you have to be a little bit unhinged to decide to make this your career. It's not very realistic, and it's very crazy. It's not a very regular job, and I think you can do it, and I think you have to be really ambitious to do it. So I think too much ambition is not bad at all. Too much ego is bad. Too much ego is the problem. But I'll let you decide for yourself whether you struggle with that or not. I doubt any of you do, but ego gets in the way. Ambition does not get in the way. Ambition pushes you forward, not to be mistaken with each other. Here. Have you met Keshi? Yes, I have. He's like the nicest person ever. I love him so much. A wonderful soul. What advice would you give to beginner songwriters? For beginner songwriters. Now, I just started writing about 2 years ago, so I still feel like a beginner writer. But one thing I would tell myself at the very beginning is don't overthink it. Truly just continue writing. And there's no such thing as a wrong song, you know? And also, when you sit down and you can't get anything out, do not get frustrated, because it's part of the journey. I cannot stress this enough. Sitting down and trying to write a song and not being able to get a song out and spending 5 hours doing it is imperative to the journey of being a songwriter. You have to do it. You have to go through it. It's part of the songwriting process. Let's say I sit down today, I spend 3 hours trying to write a song, I get nothing out, right? I sit down the next day, I write a song, a verse that I'm happy with. Those 3 hours that I spent today writing it feed into tomorrow, you know? I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but sitting down and not getting anything out is generally part of the journey. And do not, even if that happens for a month, it's still important. It's part of it. There, you get it. Dodie says no such thing as a wrong song. And if anybody knows, it's Dodie. So. But, yeah, so that's what I would say. Don't be embarrassed if you write something. If you write something and you sit here and you're like cringing, you know, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. You're only making it harder for yourself. And I'm like the queen of that. I had such a hard time writing at first, because every single time I would write a verse or something, I'd be like, ugh. Like, ew, like, who do I think I am, a songwriter? Like, that's so embarrassing. It's a really hard thing to do, you know? It's a terrible thing to, like, start sharing it, too. Because, like, and especially when you're, like, in high school or something, people are vicious. Like, it's really hard to you know, build yourself up against that judgment. But in the end, you have to do you. I could talk for hours about that, but just remember. And on that note, I get a lot of DMs about from you guys saying that you kind of like want to post videos on Instagram or YouTube, and you kind of don't dare to because you're scared that like kids at your school are watching and whatnot, or that people will unfollow you because your following is just like friends and family or whatever, and like people from your high school are gonna unfollow. Let the trash take itself out. If they don't want to follow you, if they don't want to be there for your content, your musical content, which is a part of who you are, then great. What a great system of getting rid of those people who don't support you, you know? And I was there like a little over a year ago. You know, I'd post videos and I'd be like, oh, like, they must be so tired of seeing another video from me, you know, or seeing another post from me, or another song that I wrote about some guy that I'm pining over. Like, do they even care? Well, here's the thing. Somebody cares, you know, and then somebody cares, and then you build from there, and then more people care. And, I know it's easy for me to say. I'm sitting here and I have so many of you guys watching now, and it feels like I can post anything, and I have a great support net. But just know that you guys have that too. You just have to, the mindset's a little bit different at first. But yeah, literally let the trash take itself out. That stays true forever, whenever. Every time I post something and like for whatever reason, like my followers start dropping like flies, it kind of makes me happy because I'm like, great. Why would I want people following me that don't want to be there for all my content or don't want to be there for me? It's the same mentality I have with like dating, right? Or like guys. You know, like if somebody doesn't want to be with you or whatever, great. Why would I want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with me? You know, you just have to switch the mindset a little bit. Wait for somebody who actually wants to be with you. So, have you found your purpose in life? That's a good midnight question. I think my purpose in life is music. I think that's pretty obvious. But it's funny, I've been thinking a lot about it recently. Like, are we always chasing something better? Do we spend our whole lives chasing something better? You know? Getting a little bit more money, or getting a little bit more fit, or buying a bigger house, or buying a better car, or taking another degree, writing a better song. Do we spend our whole lives chasing something better? Are we ever entirely happy like that, you know? It's a deep thought. But I think in the end, striving for something a little bit better like that, that's what keeps us going. I think that's what trying to get to those milestones is where life is, right? Working a little bit harder, so trying to like, you know, studying for a new degree. Life happens when you're studying for that new degree, or when you maybe are finding a boyfriend or something. Life happens when you're on that journey, on that search. So I actually do think that search is imperative. So I think we will continue always searching for something better, but I also think that's not a bad thing. I'm becoming so preachy at this hour. Goodness. Somebody said, do you like being close to your fans and interacting with them? Oh yes, so much. I spend a lot of time like DMing you guys. I love DMing you guys. I love replying to your DMs and comments and tweets and stuff. It's like the most fun thing ever. Also, the thing is like I know like sometimes if I like reply to one of you guys, like you'll be like, oh, like you made like this made my day, and that makes my day. So I'm like, this is me replying to a DM is just making the world a happier place because it makes me happy and the other party happy as well. So how does it feel for you when people hear your songs? It's a good question. Really good. Especially if you guys like it. If you don't like it, then it's not as fun, but I've never really... You guys are pretty respectful. If you don't like it, it seems like you don't speak up. So, just maybe for the better for me. Here you go. Would you ever compose for a motion picture soundtrack? I would love to, because you and Dodie should do that. Oh my god, I would totally do it. I want to write for film so badly. I want to write for movies. I really want my songs to be in movies. So if anybody has a plug, let me know. But no, I'm kidding. One day, I'm manifesting it. When will you restock merch? There's merch available right now, so if you guys want to go buy some of my merch, it's available on my Instagram store. And it'd be really cool, and then you can support me, and then you can wear it. And then if somebody sees you around wearing like Laufey merch or like a bag, you can vibe over it, and then you can send me a picture, and I will 200% reply. What's your zodiac sign? All right, big three. Taurus sun, Leo moon, Scorpio rising. So if anybody wants to decipher me right now, please do. Also, I'm gonna go to sleep now because it's quite late, but I love you all very, 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 very much. And frankly cannot believe that you're all here with me. And go listen to Love Flew Away with Adam Melcher. Yeah, I'm so excited about it. It's my first co-write and a really big moment for me. And I if you haven't checked out the rest of Adam's music, you absolutely should, because I'm a huge fan of him. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.